Hi, what's up, Meerkats? Welcome to Tuesday. Okay, let me tell you about today's workout. We're going to be starting out nice and easy, nice and basic, so today's not going to be too hard. So forgive me if you don't end up too sweaty. We're just getting familiar with some basic exercises today. So we're going to start mainly with the calisthenics basics. We're going to work our way through some basic progressions and work up to what I would call the standard of the exercise. So some of these will be standing up, some of them will be lying on your back or even on your stomach. And one of the things besides just the floor that you're going to need today is an object that's about knee height. So if that happens to be a chair or a couch, something that you have close by that you can see, that's going to work out perfectly. All right, so the first calisthenics exercise that we are going to work on, the progressions today, is push-ups. So the first variation of the push-up that we're going to do is the kneeling push-up. Now how this works is we're going to get down on our knees, nice and slow if you're old. Now from here, you're going to get up on your knees. Here we go. You go from kneeling, reach your hands out, walk them out so that your hips are in line with your shoulders and your knees. Now your wrists are right under your shoulders. Now in all the push-up variations, it's going to be super important you're keeping your core and your stomach completely tensed and engaged. As well, you want to tense your arm muscles, you want to push your fingers into the ground, flex your legs, your butt. All right, now from here you're going to bend at the elbow, lower your chest to just above the ground, or if it touches, what I don't want you to do is totally relax. See how I'm holding tension? I don't want you to come down and All right, so you're going to lower yourself down, hold with tension, push back up. What I like to do is inhale on the way down, pause, exhale on the way up. All right, so if you haven't done 3 yet, get 3 in a row right now. Here we go, come with me. Very nice. And collect yourself, roll out those wrists. That was kneeling push-ups. And before our next workout, I want you to practice getting a good 10 of those a day because we're building up to being able to do full push-ups eventually. Time check? Okay. All right, our next push-up variation is going to be the standard push-up but with your feet wide. Now what that does is it lets you put parts of your weight in each foot and each hand so it spreads your weight out, takes a little of the overall weight off because it makes it easier to balance. So you're going to get in a standard push-up position. Oh, one thing I need to mention about push-ups. When we do push-ups, we want our elbows to come back behind us. We don't want them to go straight out. So any angle from here in is perfect, but not this. Do you guys see this? This will get your shoulders and elbows hurt. So it could be anywhere here in the arrowhead position that I'm making with my arms. All right, so standard push-up position, you have your wrists under your shoulders, lift your feet back. Now we're going to take our feet wide to help with balance. And we're going to keep everything tight and lower ourselves down again. 3 reps. Here we go. Down, pause, and up. Like I said, I like to inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Down, pause, and up. All right, good work. One more. Here we go. Down, pause, and up. Okay, go ahead, relax. You might find that your wrists are going to take some getting used to all the calisthenics activities where you bear a lot of weight in your joints. That's normal. They will get tough over time. And so just know that. Make sure we're always going to stretch them out in the warm-up and they'll get tougher and tougher. All right, now the next push-up variation that we're doing is the standard push-up with your feet together. What that looks like is you're going to start in a plank position. Have my shoulders rounded forward, have my stomach tucked in tight. Now I'm going to lower my chest down between my hands, or as low as I can, and still come back up. 2 more. So you might notice that this is really hard. One thing that you can do is you can come down about halfway and then come back up. With the goal that eventually you're going to get full range in your reps. So if you haven't done 3 yet, here we go. 3 with me. Down, pause, and up. Down, pause, and up. Down, pause, and up. Nice work. Roll out those wrists. I'm starting to sweat. I'm wondering if you're feeling it. Okay, next up, the final variation in the push-up series, we're going to do a wide grip. So you remember how I told you how this is bad? Well, it still is. Right now we're going to do wide grip push-ups. So what we're going to do is take our hands, put them like this, and let our elbows track our fingers. That's why it's okay to be in that position in this variation, because our fingers are facing outside. All right, so what that looks like is, let your fingers point out to the sides, go a bit wide, those feet together, here we go. Down and up, down and up, and down and up. So those are a little hard. Other variations of that to be a little easier, you could have your feet spread. That's easier to balance for sure. And even easier than that, you could do kneeling wide push-ups. All right, make sure you got 3. And we're gonna move on. Go ahead and get yourself a drink of water real quick. Very good. Okay, next up, we are doing the squat series. So here's something important to note about the body weight squat is all of our squats, you want to have your feet about shoulder width apart, your own shoulder width apart. And when we go down in our squats, we keep the bottoms of our feet flat throughout the entire squat. So I'm going to demonstrate a full range squat. You don't have to do this one, I just want you to see the angle. You have your feet shoulder width. Now I'm going to push my hips back like I'm about to sit down, and then lower my butt down as low as I can while keeping my feet flat. I'm going to stand up, push my hips all the way forward, and that's a full range body weight squat. But the first variation we're going to practice together, told you you're going to need an object, about knee height, is the half squat to an object. This is a great place to start if you're building up strength or might have some knee pain. This is great. So it's going to look like we're squatting down and sitting on it, but we're just going to barely let our butts touch. We're going to pause, hold that tension in our quads and our glutes, and stand back up. All right, here's what they look like, nice and slow. Barely put my weight in there, I'm still flexed here. Stand back up, hips forward, that's 1. Here we go. So you'll only get out of this what you put in. What I mean is, if you're just going fast, you're not going to get anything out of that. You need to go slow, keep the muscles tense, because you'll get stronger by doing that. All right, I know for sure you got 3 of those. Moving right along in the squat. Next up is the standard body weight squat, which is the first one that I demonstrated. We're all going to do that together now. So here we go, feet about shoulder width apart. Toes can be out slightly angled or straight ahead. All right, here we go, down, pause, and up. If you need to put your arms out in front of you to balance, like I do, that is fine. Matter of fact, if you need to do your squat next to something so that you can keep your balance, that's fine too. We have 1 more. Here we go. Down, pause, and up. That is 3 regular body weight squats. Great job on that. Now the next thing we're going to practice in the squat series is the sumo squat. So this is just a fun variation. You're going to step out nice and wide, let your toes be out to the angle, nice 45-degree angles. Now from here, as wide as, not like do the splits wide, but fairly wide as you can see. So when we do start to do our squat, our knees are going to go and track out over our toes, not past them, but the same direction. So you want to go down fairly low, pause, come up. Now I'm really focusing on my legs right now. I'm trying to feel the tension in my legs. Down, and pause, and up. And one more time, down, pause, and up. Those are called sumo squats. Very good on that. Now the last leg variation we're going to show you guys today is the alternating lunges. Now you can do these by stepping forward or stepping back. I'll demonstrate 1 or 2 forward, and then I'll do some going backwards, because for me personally, stepping backwards into the lunge is a little easier on the balance for me. All right, so what that's going to look like is you're going to take a fairly big step forward. Now you're going to bring your back knee down, try and line up your hips and shoulders over the back knee, chest up nice and tall, good. And when you stand back up, roll the back heel flat. From there, bring your feet back together. Take a large step backward. Same thing, keep your chest up nice and tall. Roll the back heel flat. Bring them together, and then we'll bring the next foot back again. All right, so I understand if you were just observing, but now we need to all get 3 lunges each leg. So please join me on these next ones. You can start stepping backward or forwards. I'm gonna start backwards. 3 each leg, here we go. This is a little bit of a balance challenge. 1. Take your time with it. And 1. All right, here comes our next one. And 2. Make sure your balance is set, and then go ahead and bring that back knee down. Up. 2. And this is going to be our final lunge on each leg. 3. Feet together. Our final one. Down. Stand up. Heel down. Good job on that. Get yourself a drink of water really quick. I'm going to catch my breath for a second. Right, so we've made it through our push-ups and our squats. Next up, we are gonna hit the abs, the core. These are some pretty fun ones. We're gonna start with a pretty easy one and then end with what I would call one of the standards. Okay, so the first version we're gonna show, can you double check the frame book? So the first one we're gonna show is the single lying leg raise. So what you're gonna wanna do is lay back. You wanna push your lower back flat to the ground. You wanna make sure that you're not even able to put your hands under there, a piece of paper. We're certainly not going to put our hands under our lower back or our butt. We're going to put them out to the side for any type of support we might need. Now from here, we're going to hold both of our legs straight and not touching the ground if you can. So we're going to do single leg raises. So one leg's going to stay there, off the ground mind you. Yes, this is hard, I'm trembling. So you're going to bring one leg up straight, pause, lower it. Look, feet are not touching. Raise your other leg straight. So you want to have no bend in the knee. Pull your toe back a little bit if you can. Lower that. That's 1 each leg. Come with me now. Pause. That is 2. Other leg. Pause. That is 2. Other leg. Pause. That's 3. Other leg. Pause. That's 3. Woo! Not kidding. I'm feeling that. Good job on that one. The next one is lying knee raises. Now it has the same starting position. Excuse me. Same starting position here. And what we're gonna do once you're here, you bend at the knees until you pull your knees towards your shoulders a little bit and rock your hips up. And you would straighten them back out, pull your knees and a rock. Lying knee raises. All right, so that's what they look like. Now let's get, you know what, let's get 5 together because you guys look like overachievers. You with me? Okay, good. Here we go. Starting position, 5 lying knee raises. 1, 2. Again, your feet don't touch the ground when you extend. 3, 4, and 5. Very nice job. If your abs are on fire like mine are, one good way to stretch them out is get on your stomach. Do an upward dog. Stretch those abs out. Very nice. Now have a quick drink of water. Time check. Oh yeah, we're doing great. So even though you're watching me right now, I'm watching the screen, watching all your guys' frames to see if you're following along. So make sure you are. If you have any questions, put them in the chat or you can email me, okay? All right, and then the final version in the leg raise series is the true straight-legged lying leg raises. Now those look like this. Here's our start position again. Palms for support, lower back flat, legs straight, not touching the ground. So we're gonna come up here to 90, keeping the legs straight. Now I'm going to thrust my heels toward the ceiling. Now it'll be 1, down with control, up, thrust, and down. Up, thrust, and down. All right, that's what it looks like. Get 3 with me now. Here we go. Up, up, and down. Up, up, and down. Up, up, and down. Great work on those, you guys. I know it's hard, but it is well worth it. All right, next up is the bridge series. So we're gonna go over 3 of the bridge variations. The first one is the glute bridge. It's basically the same bridge that you do in the warm-up, the active shoulder bridge. But what is crucial here is that when you're in this position, before anything actually happens, you activate. That means you actually flex your glutes, your butt muscles, and your hamstrings. You flex those, then you pull your hips up, but you use flexing of the legs and the glutes to do it. So by flexing these muscles, it's gonna pull your hips up. Keep everything tight, pause, and lower. Again, pause. Even though I'm not doing like a full bridge, I'm getting tons of work on my legs right here, which is great for glute activation. All right, now next up in the bridge series is the table bridge. Now we're gonna start getting into the more true bridges. So in this one, you start in a bit of a crab walk position. I like to have my fingers facing forward, so you get in this position. Now you're gonna raise your hips up nice and high, about as high as the same levels between your knee and shoulders. You tilt your head back, keep your shoulders nice and tight, and hold. So if we're doing statics, we would just hold this for 30 seconds, a minute, what have you. But for repetitions of bridges, every time we would come down to this seated position and then push back up, hold it, and down. That'd be 2. Let's go back up, and back, hold it, and down, and that'd be 3. All right, we're flying through this so far. Now our final bridge that we're gonna show today is the straight bridge, and this is the hardest version that we're gonna get to today. So the way the straight bridge works is you would start in a seated position with your hands behind you, leaning back a little bit. Now what you're gonna do is you're essentially gonna flex everything on your underside to raise your hips up to be a straight level between your shoulders and your heels. Now you're gonna be pushing your weight through your heels, so it looks like this. Pause, and lower, and back up. Pause, and lower, and one more, this will be our last one. Up, pause, and lower. I know those are difficult, they're gonna get easier, and they have so many benefits. We're almost out of time, so I'm instantly gonna go into the final progression that we're gonna go over today, which is the pull-up progression. Wait, what? I don't see any pull-up bars here, you don't have to worry about it. These are both pull-up variations you can do on the floor. Now the first one is called a floor pull. You're literally gonna lay on your stomach. Make sure you have enough room that you can do 3 of these in a row. I'm gonna be out of frame. All right, so you're gonna lay on the ground, you're gonna reach up, grab your imaginary pull-up bar, and you're gonna press hard through your hands and through your elbows, and you are going to keep those there and pull the rest of your body up through your hands, essentially doing a pull-up on the floor. Here we go, 3 of these. Up, flex everything, and drag yourself up there. 1, 2, here's our final one. Reach out there, brace everything, flex everything, pull those elbows down towards your hips. Here we go. Oh, man, so effective, so easy. All you need is the floor, and they're kind of fun. You know it. All right, great job. Our final exercise today, also part of the pull-up series, these are called elbow pulls or elbow rows. Now the way it works, they don't look impressive. As a matter of fact, they don't even look hard, but they really are. Doing great on time. We have 1 minute. Okay, so the way this works is you're gonna get in this position, and you're going to drive your elbows down into the ground, pulling your chest up towards so here, what I'm doing, you're going to use all your back muscles to raise your shoulders off the ground. Shoulders and back, flex everything. If you use all these muscles, you can get a lot out of this. All right, let's get 3 together one more time. Up, hold, flex, and down. One more. Up, hold, flex, and down. One more. Up, hold, and down. Nice job, you guys. We are basically out of time, but I'll turn the video off, answer any questions. Great job out there, Tuesday class. See you next week.